This weekend, Callum and I have agreed to do something that we know nothing about. That is doing a live auction and being the auctioneers in front of a couple hundred, most likely rowdy footy boys. With no experience and just no idea in general about auctioneering, we've invited expert auctioneer John Morris from Morris Auctions onto the show to see if he can provide us some tips on how to be the best auctioneers possible. Welcome, John. How are you, mate?
Very well, guys. Yourself?
Very good. Now, John, we've been referring to you as the top dog of auctioneering here in Adelaide. Can you give us a little bit of background of yourself and what you've done as an auctioneer?
I'm currently the number one auctioneer in South Australia. I've been an auctioneer for about 10 years, running my own business. I'm also the chief auctioneer for Ray White. I call between 600 and 800 auctions a year.
Wow, jeez. Do you do throat exercises or, bring a bit of tea around? How do you keep the mouth operational during all of this?
I actually do, yeah. The first thing in the morning, I do an hour vocal warm-up on a Saturday if I've got a lot of auctions. Slightly smaller one if I have only a few auctions. But I have a high-energy playlist while I'm driving around to keep the adrenaline running.
Right. I mean, does it ever slip into your daily life as well? Like when you're ordering something off the menu at a cafe, are you like, bacon, eggs, cheese, with a coffee, hash brown, flat white?
No, it doesn't, but I'm sure it will.
You heard the scenario before that pretty much we're at a footy gala, bunch of rowdy footy lads. What are your tips for us, hopping on that centre stage for the first time ever doing auctioneering?
Look, it will be rowdy. I do a lot of charity auctions myself, and it's very rowdy. People are usually a little bit drunk. Ideally, if you can, just lock them in the room so they can't get out.
Well, so they have to listen to us.
Barricade the doors.
They have to listen. They have to take their money out before they're allowed out. You guys are very engaging anyway, so, you'll engage with them. Start off with a couple of jokes. It is a charity auction, so they're all there to raise money. You can make bids up. We can't do that in a real auction.
John, is there a rule against the auctioneers getting involved in the auction, doing some bids ourselves?
Yeah, what if we see something we like?
Absolutely. No, I was at an auction last week where the agent who'd got me along to do the charity auction ended up buying a couple of the things, and I've bought a couple of things. My wife will kill me, but I had recently bought a signed Foo Fighters guitar at an auction that I was auctioning off, yeah.
That's awesome.
Does that mean you're going head-to-head with someone in the crowd?
I just thought I'd start the bidding off, and then no one else bid.
Hey, John, you were mentioning before you do some vocal exercises before you have a big day of auctions. Have you got any good warm-ups so we don't get tongue twisted? Are there any poems we can say? She sold seashells by the seashore?
Well, there's a tongue twister, but if you get it wrong, it's not very radio-friendly, which is, I'm not the pleasant... No, sorry, I just said that wrong. I'm not the pheasant plucker, I'm the pheasant plucker's son. And I'm only plucking pheasants till the pheasant plucker comes.
Jeez, well, I'm going to have to practice
Brush
that one.
up.
Yeah. I'm not going to give that a shot.
John,
Don't do it on live radio.
Just as well, John, are there any common auctioneer sayings that we can throw around that would make us seem a bit more professional?
Just the first, second, third call is the big one.
Okay.
So when you make a bid, you're threatening to pull the hammer down on the third call. So you basically say, at $500 for the first call, looking for $550. Second call, third call at $500, looking for $550. And
Okay.
it's the threat of bringing the hammer down is that count of three.
So be threatening, make jokes, and be confident. Well, John, thank you so much for lending us your time this morning. We won't let you down,
My
and
pleasure.
thanks to these tips, I think maybe after the weekend we could have a gig at Morris Auctions. What do you reckon?
100%. You tell me the time and we'll make it happen.
Good on you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys.